So let's say that you are thinking about trying this new Avatar Legends role-playing game, and you might be like me, where you're not really huge. You don't really know a whole lot about the IP or the show, but you're kind of interested in it, and you want kind of an easy way to get started playing it. You've seen the core rulebook, but one thing we haven't seen a lot of right now is this starter set that is at Target stores for a few more months, and then it's going to go to brick and mortar stores. Let's take a look at this. This retails for $25. Is this one of the nicest or one of the best starter sets for $25 that's on the market? Stick around. We're going to take a look at it and find out. Hey everyone, welcome to Victory Condition Gaming. My name is Doug. Today on the show, we're going to be taking a look at the Avatar Legends, the role-playing game starter set from Magpie Games. Just a full disclosure, Magpie did not send me this. I bought this out of my own money. Chris from Magpie, I will give Chris from Magpie a shout out. He offered to send me one, and I said, no, that's fine. I can pay for one myself. It's perfectly all right. Send it to someone that might not be able to pick one up. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to say that if you enjoy Avatar, the Avatar Legends, the role-playing game, hit that like button down below. If you like these overlook videos and just kind of these look through these product videos, hit the like button as well, and let me know in the comments whether or not you've picked this up, and or if you're planning on picking this up. If you think that this is a great buy, or maybe even if you don't think it's a great buy. So we'll take a look at it. Like I said, this you can get at Target right now. So this retails for $25. It's like $24.99. It's a typical sized box for a starter set. Nice square rectangular box. This was not part of their hugely successful Kickstarter campaign. That was just basically for the core rulebook and some other materials for that, the dice and cards and all that. This was added after the fact. So even if you back the Kickstarter, this wasn't available as an option to pick up, which was interesting. It makes me wonder if they had added this to the Kickstarter, if the Kickstarter would have been even higher in funding. That would have been crazy. And, we'll see. One thing that we've seen a lot are these starter sets, these box sets. They're starting to make a real big comeback in the RPG market, and it's really nice to see. And a lot of publishers are really putting some great products out. I can think of like 4 or 5 of them off the top of my head that I don't think that they're as priced as low as this one, but they're definitely a little bit higher priced, but you're definitely getting a lot of value. But for $25, let's see what's in this box and see what's in here and see if it's worth it. I think this is going to be a product where if you want to try this game out, or if you're not a huge fan, I think this might be the entry point. But let's take a look. Let's see. I'm going to put this on my overhead cam right here. We're going to take a look. Let's see. There we go, like that. And we are going to bring it in. All right, let's show everyone. All right. Let's show off the starter set, this overhead cam. If you like the overhead cam, let me know in the comments. But yeah, first let's take a look at the box itself. It's got a great illustration. I think that is really eye-catching. It's awesome. The sides, pretty basic. Just say Avatar Legends, the role-playing game starter set. The back kind of shows the components that are in the box set. You got some dice. Let's see here. Experience the Avatar verse like never before. The Avatar Legends RPG starter set brings you and your friends into the beloved setting of Avatar Legends. This box set includes everything you need to get started playing Avatar Legends, a role-playing game portraying your own characters on action-packed escapades through the 4 nations. Weave tales of self-discovery and action with your team of friends, and work with legendary heroes like Fire Lord Zuko to bring balance to the world. The set includes a 32-page booklet of condensed rules, a 40-page introductory adventure featuring the Pirates of Crimson Sail set in the era of Avatar Aang, and the Burning Fuse set in the era of Avatar Korra. It has 10 engraved dice featuring two in law, 21 combat action cards, 10 illustrated pre-generated character sheets, 6 rule reference sheets, a large full-color map of the 4 nations, unique code to unlock the full digital version of Avatar Legends starter set, and that is for the Nexus and Demiplane. Yeah, and then it also gives you a discount for 50% off it digitally, the digital core rulebook on that platform as well, which is cool. It's for 3 to 6 players, 2 to 4 hours, ages 7 and up. Cool. So let's take a look at inside the box. So the box is just blank on the inside. Put that right there. The dice, it does come with 10 dice, like it says. The dice are a little bit lighter than I thought. I figured these would be a lot heavier. This is my first time opening this, by the way. I have not gone through this at all. So it comes just like this in the box. So the dice are they're nice. I like the color of them. They've got like this nice teal color with like some light blue embossing. I don't want to say embossing, but engraving on them. They don't have a whole lot of heft to them though, which is surprising. They're just standard. I don't know. I figured they'd be a little bit heavier, but that's okay. That might be a weight thing that might affect the shipping if they were a little bit heavier anyway. They are nice dice and they roll just fine. Perfect. Awesome. I will say that this system does use Powered by the Apocalypse, which, if you've ever played Powered by the Apocalypse, is a fun system. Very narrative, very easy to go in. The cards, the combat cards, you've got all sorts of stance cards, combat cards. I do like the cards feel a little thin, but they almost feel plasticky almost. So it's not like they are. I'd say if they were just strictly paper, it wouldn't be right. But these actually feel slick, and so the coating on them is very nice, and the same illustration on the back on all of them. But yeah, I think they're going to hold up to wear and tear because of the coating that they're on. Doesn't mean that they can't bend and crease and all that, but I think for normal wear and tear, they're going to work rather well. So you've got quite a few of these, 20 some odd cards, I guess is what they said. Nice. Put those back in this little pouch. This must be the map. The map quality is nice. I kind of wish it were double-sided. Not really digging the fact that I feel like this is just wasted area for this product. It'd be neat to have something on the back of this. And now that that's all white. But I will say that the paper is, it's kind of like that same paper that Freely uses for their maps. It might be a little bit thinner, but it's not going to rip and tear all that easily. And then you've got the 4 nations right there, which is great. I do kind of wish that I had something on the other side, though. So that's unfortunate. But it's a nice map, and if you're an Avatar fan, it's a nice world map. Again, this is a $25 product, so I don't know how much they were able to budget to put in this. Let's see. The next item in here is the rules. It's a nice booklet. Kind of feels like one of their free RPG day booklets where the cover is a little bit heavier than the pages inside, but you've got all the pages actually are pretty decent. They're I don't want to say that they're glossy, but they're definitely not matte. And the page thickness is actually pretty big, pretty good. Like it's not. I don't know how to explain that. you've got your moves and your dice, your core elements, your balance, your moves, basic dice, or basic moves, balance moves. Looks like these are taken directly from the show. It'd be interesting to know. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a huge fan, so I don't know how much of this is original art and how much of it is just art from the show or books or comics or whatever. Step-by-step exchange, statuses. There's a lot of text in here. It gives you basic techniques, advancement, so you can grow your character out, advanced techniques, which tells you a little bit how to run the game. So the GM part is, so on this whole thing, it's 36 pages, and the GM section starts at page 30. So that is a large percentage for just the players, and not a whole lot of pages for the GM, but that's all right. And based on what all the text here, that looks good. It goes over the GM's role, how to portray the rest of the world, educate the rules, encouraging everyone to participate, provide structure and coherence. I probably should read that over and over again. Jason in the chat can probably agree to that a little bit. And then it gives you some GM moves as well, some hard and soft moves, NPCs, how to create NPCs, running fight scenes. That's kind of neat. That's on the back cover. Interesting that they put that on the back cover. And then minor NPCs, major NPCs, master NPCs, and yeah. And then on the back, it just kind of gives you starting play. So it kind of tells you where to start with this game. So you've got starting play and GMing with the starter set, and then the table of contents. It's not bad. Nice. Like I said, if you take out that back page, it's 35 pages of rules, which is pretty doable. There is a lot of text though, and but I think that's not overwhelming. I do like this detail on the inside side of the box, on the box bottom. That's neat. That's a nice touch. We've got the adventure booklet. Try not to spoil this too much, but it comes with Pirates of the Crimson Sails. I'm just going to kind of look through that. It looks nice. How to do the introductions, crews, NPCs, some GM advice. So I kind of like that. They kind of give you some basic rules for GMing in that starter rules, but then they give you like specific GM advice for running this adventure. I like that. Zuko. The Burning Fuse. That's about halfway through this booklet. So it's about half one adventure and half another. Nice. And then on the back, it's got the table of contents. And it's got two adventures and then an appendix for the techniques. That's nice. Okay. Very good. Let's see what else we got in here. Let's get this. This doesn't come out very well. Let's just kind of. So these must be the player sheets. Let's take a look and see how many we got in here. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. That's crazy. Good deal. I like all that choice that you get with this box set. And it gives you all your moves and techniques and how you change your focus, fatigue. Nice. Those are the paper is not that glossy paper. It's more matte paper, kind of like the inside of it's not quite like the inside of the books. And then this is, these are move sheets, I bet, for each player. But there's 5 of them. I don't think there'd be 10 of them, but maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 of them. Excellent. So basically, you take an NPC or a player character, and then you take the basic moves, and it also gives you some combat exchanges, basic techniques, statuses, and all that. So you take one of those, take one of these, and you're off running. Awesome. Love it. Very cool. And then you've got some free digital. You get it free digitally on Nexus. So that's a good way to get onto their program. So yeah, so there's a lot of content in here for $25. Let's go back to the table and let's go back and I'll kind of talk a little bit more about what I think so far. All right, so what do I like about this? I like this a lot, to be honest with you. I think for $25, it is a solid buy. I think if you're thinking of starting this Avatar Legends role-playing game, I think this is probably the entry point that you want to get into. Unless you're like some uber super fan, and then that way you'd pick up the core rulebook and the adventure guide and all that, which I do have over here on the side here. And I do love the fact they went with PBTA for this game. And of course, anything that Magpie does with PBTA is usually a really solid version of that rule set. I'm trying to think of another $25 starter that's on the market that beats this amount of content. Because there's a lot of content in there. I think that you could probably play both those adventures, I don't know, 2 or 3 sessions. So you've got like 6 sessions in there to kind of learn the system. I like the fact that they use different eras for each session, or for each adventure. The dice are decent. The cards are decent. It doesn't feel like a cheap product, which I was a little concerned. I knew going into this video how much content was in here. And it made me go, I wonder if they kind of skimped out on the quality. And they didn't. It's actually a really decent quality paper products. So yeah, I'm if there's another $25 starter on the market that is like this that you think is better, let me know in the comments, because I don't think that there are. Jason says we just listed 4. Let me see here. You just listed 4 of the starter, or of starters that you thought. I think for $25 though, I mean, there's a lot of starters on the market that are at that $40, $50, $60 market price tag. I can't think of one for $25 that's this much and kind of just get you up and running. I'm excited for this to hit retail or hit brick and mortar stores, from the local game stores. I think it's got a chance of doing really, really well for them. I know some brick and mortar stores are a little bit disappointed that they didn't have access to this, especially out of the gate. And I can understand that. It is a really cool product. But if Target funded a huge, massive printing, and let's face it, they must have, I mean, we saw what the Kickstarter did. They must have needed to print tens and tens of thousands of these starters to put them in retail. Like, that's a big chunk of change. And I'm sure Magpie starting out wasn't 100% sure of how successful that Kickstarter was going to be. So they didn't know that, hey, maybe we need to do a starter set. So I can see them going to one of the big box retailers and say, hey, we're thinking about doing this. Would you fund it? And then we'll make it an exclusive for a while. Totally makes sense on my end. Yeah, I am excited for what this line is going to do. And I've said this before, I'm excited for what this line is going to do for the RPG tabletop hobby. I'm hoping that 15, 20 years from now, we have people that say, hey, I got into tabletop role-playing games because of the Avatar Legends RPG. I think it's that big. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of how the Star Wars West End games got me into the tabletop role-playing space. I know I'm kind of I know there's not a large amount of us that got into that space because of it, but I know there's some. So yeah, I understand why this is a mass market product. Man, for $25 though, this has to be. I mean, even if you pick it up, and there's weight to this. Like there's product in here. It's not just an empty box. We've all had those starter sets where you open it up and it's just an empty box, and you're like, "What did I buy?" It's like a booklet and some 25-cent dice. I'm not gonna name any names, but like a box of air. I think that, and Jason has a good point right here. This is exactly why I like this. I just love the fact that they're putting it in front of a crazy number of new potential gamers. That's what I love. I love the fact that this is going to target. I love the fact that this is next to your D&D Essentials box, your D&D beginner set, your starter set, or whatever you want to call it. I love that because that's going to get some people's eyes and some people's attention. And hopefully those people go, oh, you know what? I really like this. I want to get the core rule book. I want to get the adventure book. And they go to their local game store around, the corner and pick it up. Magpie's doing some really cool stuff, folks. And I'm going to encourage you that if you've never played a PBTA game, pick up one of their products because their products are some of the best PBT games on the market. They've got a great team making some cool PBTA games. I'm excited to see what they do. Now they just announced another expansion for this game. I think it's supposed to hit in another month or two. I can't remember. I did not pre-order that. I'll see what it is. Again, Avatar is not one of those IPs that I'm super in love with, but I know that there's a great amount of fandom that are. And I think that even if you're just a casual fan, picking up this box set for $25 and maybe finding a friend that really loves to play, that really loves Avatar, that loves RPGs, maybe have them run it for you. Just say, hey, listen, I picked this up, $25. We spend more than that on a movie. You go to the movies and it's more than $25, and this is going to give you a lot more entertainment, a lot more joy, I think, and you're getting something in return, something that you can use over and over again too. So, all right, that's it for this unboxing and this look at the RPG, the Avatar Legends, the role-playing game starter set. Let me know in the comments if you liked it, if you picked it up. I'm super excited for it, and Magpie did an outstanding job, in my opinion. So, with that, I am going to say Remember, winning shouldn't be the only victory condition when you get to the table. We'll see you next time. Bye now. Thanks so much for watching this video. This video would not be possible without these people right here, the names that are on the screen that you're seeing scroll by. Those are all our generous patrons on Patreon. They help keep this content flowing. And if you'd like to have your name added to that list, check out our Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/Victory Condition Gaming. We have a few different levels. We've got some that you just give us a tip every month and you have access to our Discord, a special role there, or there's even a $10 a month level where I send you 2 signed limited RPG books a year in June and December. Check it out. I appreciate it. If you've gone all this way and you haven't already, I'd really greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and that like button down below. That helps grow our show even more, and I appreciate that greatly.